Thank you. Take care. See you.
Like, can you hear this?
I can.
Okay, go. Okay. I'm nervous. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. You have our full support. We love you.
Okay. All right. How are you? How was that?
Wonderful. And as I saw that it was for you as well.
What did you say?
It was very
I see some.
energetic and invigorating. Feel free, audience, to drop any comments in the chat.
So this is the part where I just wanted to speak a little bit to dance, like from where I am right now. So, like I've always been dancing, but at some point, you know, as a teenager, the climate in the dance hall and the mirrors and like this environment I didn't like, so I just stopped. And now I'm like finding my way back through practices that are basically, I mean, without mirrors, like feeling the body from the inside. Yeah. And then like when Corona hit, or I mean the second time, so in the winter, it was like going towards winter being very, very dark in Sweden. And I started to get like a little quite low. And then it was my friend, Sofia, who said to me that I should do one dance video every day, just every day, and just post on Instagram. So that's how that started, and now I got so much positive feedback from that, so I just kept going with it, and that's fun because that's also how Laurel found me and invited me here. So something that started as really self-care, self-love, survival, basically, then is like rippling, and not just from you, Laurel. Like there are many people like tuning into me and messaging me about collaborations and stuff now. So I really felt like sharing that. Yes. Yeah.
So I love
And
that you were able to share that with us, and how dance for you has been an interesting ebb and flow throughout your life as things were happening. I'm curious if there are any other dancers in the audience.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I have this little card in my room which says like, if you have a body, you're a dancer. So
I love
it's
that.
like everyone here. Yeah.
I love that. If you have
Yeah.
okay.
But that brings me into so now I would like to go into, I'm gonna put on a tune, and I just want to invite everyone who is listening here or on Facebook or wherever this might be seen to just dance with me. And if there's anything I want to bring into the world of dance, it's like dancing like as pleasure or with pleasure. So just feel into like how do you want to dance like today, from what feels good, like follow your own pleasure in dance.
How your body wants to be danced.
Yes. And I mean, that could also go into that. Yes, I want to be super sensual or something, but you can also forget that if you want to, like if you just want to shake or whatever. Yeah. Would you like to join me in that? Yeah. So I'm just gonna put on this song that I am just loving right now. So I hope you enjoy it too. And let's just dance a little bit together. And just take it, just however you want to move. Like dramatic or subtle or, yeah.
Are you able to turn up the music just a
Last part. Just whatever your body wants to do. Singing or drama or love. All right. How was that?
Wonderful audience participation. Thank you. I need that's the name of that song. It was so pretty. I've never heard it before, but I love it.
Yeah, it's. I wanted to say that it's. I wanted to say. The song names, and the song names are. So first, it was the first song I played was Tammy T. It's a Swedish artist with Princess.
Okay.
And the second song is called Anyways med Ostra. Anyways with a Z at the end.
Like that. Anyway.
Yes. Yes, like that.
Okay, and the Swedish artist, I didn't get that one, but if you want to drop it in,
well, I can write it.
Yes, that would be awesome because I'll save the chat.
I'm gonna write it. Oh no, it says that the chat is disabled.
Is it?
But it's Tammy T. Yeah, so Tammy T. With Princess. Tammy, 2 words, Tammy T.
Okay, so I've just fixed the chat, so it should be good to go now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we are almost to time for I thank you so much for your dance and your chat with us about how you came to dance and how you journeyed back to dance in your life. And would you like to talk a little bit about what you're doing now? Because I find that rather interesting.
Sure. So I am from Sweden. I've studied in Norway for 3 years, and now I'm in Copenhagen studying and doing a clown performance at the Comedia school. So we are soon entering into clown. First the storytelling, so a lot of character work, and soon into clown, which is something I'm really looking forward to. Do you know anything about clown? No.
I've seen them in the circus.
Yeah, I mean, I could go. Yeah, I guess I just wanted to say something. Like, there's so much more than just like being funny or like entertaining. It's so much about being like deeply human and like showing everything vulnerable, even dark, and then together like we laugh at it. Like when I've been in clown work, I feel it like it's so profound, like healing, like everything that you want to hide, instead you like show it and you share it. And it usually becomes hilarious, but it doesn't have to.
I find that fascinating, and I'm sure it's a lot of energetic work, and it takes a lot of energy because you're interacting with human beings, right? Yeah. It's awesome. Well, we certainly wish you the best on your journey with your school.
All right.
And I know that your talent is continue to increase and expand. And following you, we're going to have a poet who's also very expressive. And I don't know if you're going to be able to stay on for that, but I invite you to come in and out as you're able, everyone. And Miss Tessa O'Grady from Johannesburg, South Africa, is going to be sharing some work around the elements, the 4 elements. Tessa, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Laurel. It's beautiful to be here. I always love just being of service and just sharing what I've learned. As also a survivor of abuse, it's, I think we always share the deepest lessons that we've had to learn. And also realizing as I've journeyed that everything that seemed like the biggest challenge ultimately became my greatest teacher. And so I'll start with the poem, and then we'll go on to actually sharing and experiencing the elements. So I'll just get that first. Yeah, so this was just a little poem I wrote just to honor. I just so proud of you, Laurel, that this is so needed. I just think I would say 70% of the population has suffered some kind of trauma or abuse, and it's often hidden and denied. And I think it's so healthy that we speak out and really come into the light and share, as you said, with the clown, saying in a different way, that we allow those shadows to be brought and spoken, and it's in bringing them to the light that they get healed. So I'd just like to share the poem. So the theme is repair, renew, rise. There are times like these when old pain or fear can overwhelm us into despair. Now we invite you to choose repair by opening to the new possibilities offered here. We discover how Sacred Survivors brings us home to conscious community where we are never alone. And together we give and receive anew, where every cell of our being begins to renew. As we experience and explore each artist's creativity, it reminds us of our own unlimited potentiality. Each teacher of wisdom is a reflection that we have choice to honor and listen to our own inner voice. Then our heart opens, we grow wings and begin to rise, discovering an inner joy that is the ultimate prize. So join us as we celebrate International Women's Day, honoring our divine feminine in every way. So yeah, that for me is just such a wonderful theme, because to me it's all about transformation, that as we wake up, that we have choice, that we can listen to an inner voice. And people, for example, like Ely with her dancing, we always have role models, and we start looking around at the people who are then become our teachers of how to transform any situation that we're in. So what I would like to now share is just a little bit. Behind me is actually an original vision board I did of the 5 elements. And it's almost like a flower, just going through the different elements. But I thought what I'm going to do is show it on a PowerPoint, the journey that we're going to go through, because that's a little bit easier to understand. And I'll just take it as a slideshow. Okay, so most of us, when we enter into a place like this, the journey that we've all been on, is that we realize that somewhere deep hidden within us is our shadow or our wounded child. Children are by nature powerless, and really they have that innocence, so they can very easily be victimized. There's a lot of conditioning that happens. A child is basically in a state of hypnosis. So everything that happens in the first 7 years, whatever happens, goes straight into that child's program, and they take it as real, as true. There's often a loss of safety, and there's often obviously traumatization. So a lot of my work is, how do we transform from being the wounded child to being the magical child? It says in one of the religious texts, be as a child to enter the kingdom of heaven. And what does that mean? That when we are as that magical child, we are totally open, we one with everything, we're completely joyful. And that is the wellspring. My company is called the Wellspring, and the child becomes the wellspring. When you look at children, the amount of energy and vitality and creativity. But we begin where we're at, where we come in with certain aspects of woundedness that haven't really been brought to the light yet. And we begin with fire. And the reason we begin with fire, so I've made my element work like a mandala. So we begin with fire. And why is that? Fire is light. We're finding our light, we're finding our power, we're finding our voice. And we need to have boundaries. A lot of abuse happens because there are no proper boundaries. Fire allows us to make new choices, and it allows us to take very positive action. So whenever somebody's in an abusive situation, their first thing is to take action, to get help, and to start freeing themselves from being victims of that abuse. Then the second aspect that complements the masculine is the feminine. And the feminine, the essence of feminine is water, and water is an incredibly powerful element. If you look at the damage that can happen from water, obviously we look at tsunamis, floods. You look at the fact that water is on all different states. It can be frozen, liquid, and steam. And obviously water relates a lot to our emotions. But when we channel our water is really the healing balm. You look at the whole, all different spiritual practices use water for healing, for purification. Water is a lot about forgiveness. And that forgiveness often has to begin with ourselves, because we're the hardest on ourselves. We start a process of almost dying and shedding the past. And we start listening to our intuition, and that is actually our inner voice. So the feminine intuition is our guidance. It's our inner compass and our guidance system. So we're going to then explore that feminine, how we get in touch with that. Next, we that child, the primary figure the child needs for the actual reparenting, so a lot of what I teach is reparenting, is the mother is obviously the main parent, the first parent that holds the child, gives the child the safety and support, the grounding, the nourishment. And then the father really, and the father, I just wanted to mention, it's the air or metal element, so we're combining the Eastern and Western systems. But when you think about them, they're both very hidden. So the father can be sometimes a little bit in the formless. You know, if you think of how we were created out of ether, you know, the way life comes out of almost nowhere, out of the unseen. So the father symbolically is the unseen aspect, whereas the mother, that's why we see Mother Nature is the manifest part of the divine. And father tends to be linked to the autumn. It's a lot linked to presence, very much linked to our self-worth. And when we build our self-worth, we then discover our gifts and our purpose in life. And once we have these four elements in balance, in other words, this is the safe container, then we then discover the magical child, because that child now has safety. It's receiving its nurturing. It has boundaries. There's healing. There's a guidance system. It's got self-worth. So we really, the child is the wellspring. It's the season of spring, and children are the source. Children have incredible immunity because their whole system is so alive. So it's really about life energy. It's about birthing the new, creativity and play and innocence. So I'm not sure about you, but when we really are in that childlike way of being, we really don't have any limits to the joy, to the love, to the sort of, yeah, the energy. So I wanted to really take us through some movements, which I call the 5-element form, which are going to allow us to really explore this. So that was just giving you the background. And so I'd like to now, we're going to do movement again. And so you can all stand up, and we're going to now explore feeling the elements in our body. So I'm just going to move this over here, and I invite you all to stand. And yeah, and the first exercise we're beginning with is called a shakeout. And why I love a shakeout is, as adults, we're way too serious. So this is the beginning of letting go some of this over responsibility that we have. And we start the shakeout by just literally shaking out the whole body. And we're going to begin with the head, the shoulders, and the arms. So really give yourself permission to just let it go. Shake it out. Shake out every part of your body. And I also invite you, if you can, to go upside down and shake out your head. And you can really imagine
I think you're frozen, Tessa. I don't know if you can hear us. I'm going to drop it in the chat. Ellie, I can see you, but Tessa's, there she is. I think she's back. All right.
We lost you at shaking.
Yes, we lost you at shaking, and you're muted. So we need to hear your instructions. Tess, we need to hear your instructions. You're muted still.
Oh, so was I muted for the shakeout? Was I muted?
You were frozen, just frozen.
Oh, I see. Okay, so a few more minutes, just another minute of shakeout, so we can just feel that a little bit more. And remember that we can't really be tense if we let it go. So it's all about letting go where we're holding in the body. So let's just do another minute of that shake out. Really feel it in every part of your body, your hips, your legs, your head, your shoulder, and just notice in a moment when we stop just now, notice what's happening in your body. Letting go, the freeing up of everything that's been held so tense. Shaking out the legs, yeah, just let it all go. Wonderful. Let it all go, great. Okay, now as you stop, I'd like you to stop and then just close your eyes and just notice what's happening in your body. What do you notice? Is there any tingling sensations, slight pulsing, a quietness? Is there a difference from when you started this exercise?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I'm noticing all of the above.
Yeah. So I want
How did
Great. So I think before we carry, sorry.
How did I not pay attention to that before?
Yeah, we forget about that. We forget that we can actually just let go. I actually want us to sit for a minute because we're going to do a little guided meditation. We're going to do a little exercise first, and then we're going to do this whole 5 elements. Then we're going to do the same exercise later. So if you have a pen and a piece of paper, do you have a pen and some paper, Laurel? It can just be an ordinary pen or a pencil, a piece of paper. Great. Great. I'm just waiting for Ely. I don't know if she's joining us, but okay. So great. So what I invite all of us to do is we're going to just take a moment to close your eyes. And I want you to firstly feel great. So Ely, we're doing a visualization, and later if you've got a pen, yeah, then you're going to draw. Okay, so we begin by just closing our eyes and firstly notice the space around you, space of all possibilities. And I want you to take a conscious breath of air, and really conscious, feel it entering into your nose, going down your throat, into your chest, and see if you can let it go all the way to your belly. And then we're going to sigh it out. Sigh it out. And another conscious breath in. And just sigh it out. Another one, breathing in. And just sighing out. And now I want to invite us from your belly. You can actually put your hips down on the lower part of your belly, put your hands there, and I want you to breathe. Feel your hips on the chair, and I want you to breathe down from your hips, down, consciously down your legs, breathing out, down your legs, right down to your feet. These are the roots of the tree. From your hips down your legs is everything that's underground, everything hidden in the earth. So you're breathing down your legs, down through your knees, your calves, your feet, and then feel the weight of your feet on the earth and consciously draw up a breath from the earth. And as you're drawing up this breath from the earth, just notice, how does the earth feel beneath your feet and around your legs? Whatever comes with this, we're not trying to make a pretty picture. We're trying to tune in to where are the elements in our body right now with no judgment. Just as a child, just lets it be what it is. So let's take a few more breaths from your hips down your legs. Imagining if you were a tree, how does the earth feel? Is it soft and nourishing and warm and moist? Or is it maybe a bit cold and sandy and rocky and dry? And whatever it is just what it is right now. It's just a reflection of where you are. So let's just take 1 or 2 more breaths, noticing if there's a feeling of safety, security. This mother, the earth, how does it feel connecting with this mother? So just again, notice your connection with Mother Earth. Now as you breathe in up through your legs to your hips, you breathe into your lower belly and you start noticing, what kind of tree are you? Are you an old tree with a big trunk? As you start breathing up your trunk, start getting a feeling of what kind of tree. You're moving up inside this tree. What is the feeling? Is it a very big tree? Is it a very young little tree that's just growing? Is it maybe a flowering bush or a sunflower? It could be anything that's growing. And you start moving up to the heart of the tree. And at the heart of the tree, this is where all the liquids and the nourishment is pumped up and down the tree, from the roots right to the top. This is, in a way, the center of the tree. And notice, how does the heart feel? How's this tree feeling in its life? How is your life feeling? The life of the tree. Is it a joyful tree? Is it a tree that's feeling possibly a bit lonely, a bit stressed, a bit anxious with the pressures of life, with all the COVID issues, lockdowns? Whatever it is, you just notice without any judgment. And then from the heart, you also look around the tree and notice, where is this tree growing? Is it growing even in a city? Is it growing in a park? Is it growing out in a meadow or in the mountains? Could be on an island. It could be in the desert. And wherever it is your unique environment. How does your environment, is it a supportive environment? Are you connected to other trees? Are you connected to other animals, birds, anything that is in the environment of this tree of your life right now? And then as you move up to your shoulders and your arms, and I'd like you to just breathe in and stretch out your arms from side to side. And these are the lower branches of the tree. These are where we reach out and give and receive in relationship. So I want you to get a feeling of these arms. Do they feel like they're carrying a heavy burden? Do they feel joyful in connection? Do they feel tired that they're giving out a lot into the world? And are they receiving enough in the world? So notice that. And then I'd like to copy you, Laurel, and just move our neck and our shoulders and feel, how does the neck and shoulders of this tree feel? Is this tree expressing itself, or is it just feeling a bit stuck, that it's just always got to try and please everybody, but it's not really found its voice yet, or it's just carrying all of these burdens on its shoulders, feeling so responsible. And as you roll your shoulders, you can just imagine rolling off some of this weight. Yeah, just roll out the shoulders. And then we go up into the upper branches of the tree. And this is where the tree starts expanding into life up towards the sky, where it meets the unseen, where it meets the symbolic father energy, the divine father. And notice how your tree feels as it grows up to the sky. Is it excited? Does it feel like a beautiful adventure into the unknown? Or does it feel a bit overwhelming and a bit scary? So whatever it is, just notice that tree. And then when you're ready, with the playfulness of a child, I'd like you to just draw your tree on the page as it happened. We're not creating artwork. We're just creating a symbol of whatever you saw and felt. In a couple of lines, I'm going to give you a few minutes, 5 minutes. Just draw it on the page, just as it comes. This is not about art. It's about just letting yourself express on the page whatever you felt, even if it's just lines or hearts, whatever but try and be real. What was the real experience of your tree? Not a pretty tree, but the real feeling of how it felt to be in your roots and be in this environment and have these branches. How did the tree honestly feel in your life? Because we're going to use this as a starting point for transformation. So I'll see you in a few minutes, and just enjoy the exercise.
I love that vision board. I know you probably don't have pens where you are. Looks like you're in some kind of gymnasium or auditorium of some kind, Ellie.
Well, I have my, yeah, I have one pen, my normal pen. This is where the teaching happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought if you, as I said, just to get a little playful feel of it. So if either of you would like to feel okay to just share, do you want another minute or two, or have you got enough to just express the sort of feeling of what you felt? So whenever you're ready, you can write 1 or 2 words on it, just whatever came up for you. Great. And then I'd love it if you each are willing just to share or whatever came up for you. Eli, are you happy to share whatever you felt? And you could put your drawing. Are you okay for that or not comfortable?
No, I don't feel like
No,
it.
that's fine. No problem. Laurel, do you want to share anything or just whatever you felt? Do you want to? Okay, beautiful. Want to put it into words for us?
Okay, so
Great. So just maybe say a couple of.
What was interesting about the feeling in my body after we did the shaking and I closed my eyes for the first time, you know, and I was able to just drop into my body. I realized that I don't normally do that to see how I feel after I do shaking. And I do shaking almost every morning. So all of a sudden, it was little sparks I was feeling like little sparks all over my body. So it felt bubbly. So I made my tree bubbly. So I said bubbly, effervescent.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So that's what it was. It was just bubbly.
Beautiful. Yeah. So doesn't that show what's so amazing, how one exercise like shaking out can actually transform the whole feeling in your body?
Yes.
Isn't that beautiful? So it's a lovely, simple little tool that we can use at any point when life starts getting too much. We just shake it all out, and now we've let go and we've opened up to actually have more life energy in our body. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to take us through some little exercises that help us really feel the elements in our body, and then again see how do we feel at the end when we've worked with some of the other elements that might give us other qualities. So I'd like us to stand again, and we're going to start with the fire one that I spoke about. And we're really talking here about the sacred masculine. And we must realize that as women, we actually need our sacred masculine, because our sacred masculine is our protector. It gives us our boundaries. And we're going to work with the archetype of the warrior, not a warrior who's creating war, but a warrior that is sovereign, that knows how to contain and hold their own space. So I'm going to demo the movement for you. So we stand with legs slightly like hip width apart, and I put the weight on one side. I take a leg to the side, and then I lift up my arms. I'm just going to step back. I think it's difficult to see. Step back a bit. Move the chair. And yeah, then I'm stepping from here. I'm taking a step over and I'm lifting up my arms. If you even just do the upper ones, and we're doing a bow and arrow. So my weight is on this side, on the same side as the arm. I'm holding a bow and arrow. I'm looking at this finger that's held up. And I want you to feel the strength of this, the power of this. This is somebody that is sovereign. They're holding a bow and arrow. They're not shooting. They're just holding. And they're holding their power, claiming their power. They've got focus, looking at that finger. They're well grounded and they're well balanced. Then we breathe in and we drop the arms. Then you, on this side, you turn on that heel, step out on the other side with that arm. And now we make a bow and arrow. You can mirror me. Yeah, just mirror me. And we create another bow and arrow. And this other arm is out. And again, feel the stretch across the shoulders. Feel that you're holding this bow and arrow. You're looking at that finger. And you're acting with focus and intention. You're holding your ground. You've got a clear purpose and direction in your life. Holding your power. So let's do it once more. Drop the arms. And let's step to the other side. So you're just mirroring me. Step to the other side. Put out the one hand and the other arm. And you look over. And you focus on that finger. And you feel the strength. You're pulling all of your body and feel the strength. Okay, last one. We'll go to the other side. And again, feel the bow and arrow. Feel it, we're holding our power. Feel the strength. Great. And what the fire also does is, we can complete that now. The fire also is an element of transformation, and it's burning away the dead wood. So that's part of fire. And I'll just show you a lovely little fire exercise that also you can do anywhere. Put your hand on your solar plexus. This is the fire center in the body. And while you're standing, you're just going to pump your breath like this. You're pumping it through your nose. Just do a few bits of that. And you're actually building the fire in your body. And you see my hand going in and out. You're pumping the breath. Can you hear my breath? It's going. Yeah. And you feel it. So this is a lovely little exercise to do if you've got no energy, no vitality, you're feeling drained. It's like you're taking your power, you're coming back to your power center and pumping that energy. So the next one we're going to go on to now is water. And water is really the soft, it's exact polar opposite. We want to balance the fire with water. And water is the polar opposite of fire. Water is gentle, very powerful, but it's powerful in its gentleness. Water can dissolve a rock as it flows down a river, but it does it gently over a long period of time. So I want us to begin. Imagine that you're standing under a beautiful, gentle waterfall, and you're imagining this water coming over your head, and you, with your fingertips, you're just letting it wash down and your chest and just over your whole body down into the earth, and really receive very slowly this gentle, like caress. I'm taking off my glasses. You can take off your glasses and just let it come over your face. You can let it go down your back. You can even let it go down your legs. And you're just bathing your body in this healing water. This water is washing away stress. Let it go down this arm and go down the other arm. And just notice if you've ever swum in a beautiful river, in a stream or in the ocean, just how revitalized you feel. And now we're going to let the water flow down into our hips. And this is the feminine center. And at the hips, we move our hips and we just feel that water washing through your hips. Imagine you're standing now in a river and the river's just washing and you're just flowing in the river and you're letting that river wash away anything in the lower belly, the water area, cleansing the whole feminine area, cleansing any negativity that's been held there, just washing it clean, purifying that whole area. Beautiful. And now the next element, we can actually we can actually sit for this because we're going to really do a beautiful exercise on mothering. So you can sit or stand, but I'm just going to demonstrate it sitting. And it's something I learned actually at the last Sacred Survivor presentation. It's a very powerful tool for calming the whole nervous system. So what does the mother do with?
I have to leave, beautiful ladies.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
See you.
Great.
Bye.
So what does the mother do with the baby? The mother holds the baby and then she starts caressing this baby very gently on the face. And it's a very holding, nourishing, really giving, and then holding, really holding, and feel that holding as you cross your arms. You're crossing your arms and you're really holding this child and rocking it. And what I want to sing us a little lullaby while we're here, because what does the mother do as she's rocking this baby? She sings to the baby. And not many, I never got sung lullabies, but I can certainly imagine how beautiful it would be to be sung a lullaby. And I'm going to sing us actually a little Irish lullaby, and it goes something like this. And I'm not sure, hopefully you'll hear it. Deep peace of the running wave to you, deep peace of the flowing air to you, deep peace of the gentle earth to you. Moon and stars pour their healing light on you. Deep peace to you. Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the gentle earth to you. Moon and stars pour their healing light on you. Deep peace to you. And just breathe that in as you give yourself a hug, as you feel that holding. Breathe in this beautiful nourishment of the mother, the way the mother holds us, gives us safety. And just breathe in that feeling of the Mother Earth, the sense of safety and security. And the next exercise, we're going to stand up now, and we're going to do the metal element, and I'm going to explain. It's a very beautiful one. And we're working on the idea of mining into the soil and discovering our gifts. So the way we do it, we put our hands together, and then we put our hands right down towards the earth. Then we bring our hands up towards the heart. Then we imagine lifting up our hands up to heaven. And they become like a diamond. So I'm going to show it to you close. You lift your hands up. They become like a diamond, Laurel, like that. And you look through your hands up to the sky. Look through your hands up to the sky. And you realize that every obstacle in your life actually contains a gift or a blessing within it. Every obstacle contains a blessing. So I want you to now go down and mine for a rock down at your roots, some obstacle in your life, and imagine what blessing could it have brought you? What did you learn? What strength did you discover in yourself by cracking open or understanding this obstacle? So we go down again, you put your hands together. So you put your hands together now, and you take them down deep into the roots, and you find a rock, and you bring it up to the heart area. Bring it up to the heart. And here it's like we do the forgiveness and acceptance, and then it cracks open. And we lift it up and we look through that hole, and we discover that this rock at the center has a crystal. And you look up to the sky and you see this light pouring through this crystal. And as you look at this, it reminds you of one of your gifts. What gift do you think you discovered from this obstacle in your life? I mean, Lauren, you created the Sacred Survivors. You created a beautiful gift from your own challenges. So we can see that. We can do one more time. We go down for the last time, and we go down and we put our hands together and we take up another rock and we bring it up to our heart. We forgive and accept this, but then we transform it and we take it up to heaven. We open our hands, we lift it up to the sky, and you look at that gift that you learned. Was it setting boundaries? Was it discovering your self-worth, setting yourself free, finding your voice? Okay, and then we come down, and now we're going to become a tree. So the way we're going to become a tree is we're going to become a little shoot in the earth, and I'm going to show you. We put our hands together like this, so kind of cross them over, and those become the roots. We go down. Don't worry about if you can't get the arms around. Let's just crouch down as a seed, and you put your hands up and you bring them up, and these become, the seed starts sprouting into a little tree, and it becomes this beautiful big tree. Beautiful big tree. And you just become aware of what tree are you. So you crouch down, become a little seed in the earth, and then you put your two hands up. And this is the little shoot coming out of the ground and becomes a beautiful tree. And what kind of tree do you think you would be right now, having received all the nourishment and all the gifts? And one more time, go into the earth, become the seed, and then you push up out of the ground and you become this beautiful tree. And feel this, the arms and the branches of this tree. And now you come down and you hold, like you hug the tree at your heart. So you bring your arms around in a big circle here in front of your chest. And imagine you hugging your tree. It means that you're hugging and loving every part of yourself. And the arms can open and close, they can turn around, but you just bringing back to you all the parts of yourself that you lost, that you forgot, that got disappeared, that got fragmented. And just notice how it feels to hug this tree. How does it feel to be at one? Now we're at one, we are now this wellspring, because we've had all the elements, we're holding all the beautiful elements of our being, and we now are a wellspring. From here, we can now begin to share the gifts, the strengths, the joy that we start to discover. So that is our little form, and we just end off with a little like a bow, just in thanks and gratitude for this little exercise. And I'd like to invite us now to once more go within. So you can take a little seat down, sit down, and go within your body now. And now we're going to notice as we sit down and relax. You can sit down. And now I want you to go within and just take a moment. We're going to do the same exercise, go into your tree. And we're going to begin by taking a few breaths. So take a breath from the air around you consciously into your body. Breathe it down into your belly. You can put your hand on your belly and take a few breaths into your belly. And just notice, how does your body feel now, having done all of those movements, having experienced all of these elements? What is the feeling now? Just take a few breaths and notice. Then you're going to breathe down your legs, back down into the earth. And notice as you breathe down your legs to your feet and up and down a few times, how do your legs feel? How does the earth feel now? As you breathe up and down, you notice the soil around your roots, your deep roots. Is there a greater feeling of safety? Is there a sense of deepening your roots into the earth? There's a sense of the earth giving you some more nourishment, more stability. And now you start breathing up the trunk of the tree. And notice maybe you're a different tree now from what you were before. When you breathe up this tree, up into the heart, how does the heart of the tree feel now, having gone through this whole journey on the elements? And you breathe up into the shoulders and out into the arms, the lower branches, And you look around and you just notice, where is this tree now? Is it in a new environment? What is around the tree as you look around this tree? And how does it feel connecting into the world? Is the world a bit more of a friendly place? Is there giving and receiving? Are you feeling nourished by this environment? And then you breathe into the upper branches up towards the sky and notice, how does your neck and shoulders, as Lauren's doing? Is there a bit more openness? Can this tree express itself? How is the throat and the shoulders? Is it feeling more expanded? And how does it feel as these branches grow up towards the sky? So yeah, you can roll those shoulders and just loosen up the neck and the shoulders, loosen it all up. Yeah, beautiful, letting it all go. And then when you're ready, just take a moment and just with the innocence of a child, I invite you to do a little drawing of how your tree feels now with all of the beautiful movements we've been doing. Just a little few minutes, I'll give you about 5 minutes, just to draw that innocence, just as your tree feels now, with no planning or control, just allowing your tree to be exactly as it is and noticing how it feels. And I really enjoy it. I can see Laurel's really enjoying it there. I think we don't have enough time, we don't create enough space to just be like children, do fun drawings. Did you get out your colors, Laurel?
Yes.
Did you find some colors there?
You know me.
Oh, I could just see. Yeah, I could just see you opening up the colors there and really getting into it. Yeah. So enjoy, go for it. This is what we need. Time and space to create and express ourselves. Yeah, enjoy. There's no rush. We're doing well in terms of time.
Ah. It's so funny how the tree has changed and what it wants to do. Huh.
That's it. That's exactly why I do this exercise.
Wow.
Because it's quite amazing.
That is powerful. And my tree doesn't have enough colors, and I wanted more colors. It's just like, where are all my other colors?
Okay, well, just to match the other colors.
Oh my goodness. Wow. This is way prettier than I thought it was going to be. It is lit. Wow.
Wow. I hope we can, I'd love to be looking forward to seeing what it looks like. Oh, that is amazing. Wow, that is sure. That's absolutely, just can you feel that energy just coming out of it? Wow, that's amazing. And tell me, what is the difference? What is that tree saying? What is it? If it had words, what would that tree tell us? If it could express in words.
That tree is saying that I am emerging into something glittery and gorgeous and magical. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I found an embellishment.
That drawing is,
Look at that.
wow. It's a beautiful drawing. I mean, that's like a real piece of art there. And isn't it amazing how it emerged out of you? You didn't try and, it just birthed out of you.
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness, wow. That is spectacular. The fact that
And
just using movement can allow your mind to just expand to possibilities of, and you know, I have never drawn a rainbow tree in my life, but all of a sudden I felt like drawing a rainbow tree. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done, Tessa. That's beautiful.
No, it's what I love. It's simple, but it's very deep. It's very, very transformative and very deep. Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you for that. I'd love to share your before and after photograph, even just privately with me. I would love to, if you could take a photo of each, I would just love it. Just if you're okay with that.
Oh, yes.
Confidentially.
Absolutely.
Your tree is really, invite you is to put your tree, your second tree, up somewhere where you see it. Because that tree will remind you when you forget. We all forget, we become serious, we get, you know, we start running around. And that tree will remind you of your true, can you feel the magical quality, the freedom of that tree?
Completely, completely. I know that I will. And I think that's a brilliant idea to put it up to remind me, almost like a vision board tickler type of thing. Like, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's actually.
You know what you could do? What I see.
It's actually the same kind of inspiration that made me create this piece behind me. And I'm noticing that they're very similar.
Wow.
In coloring. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, I was looking at that piece. It looks amazing. Yeah, the colors and the free flow energy of it. That's really beautiful. And as you say, this tree would be a beautiful starting point of a vision board. Like, what are all the fruits and the flowers that are going to start birthing around the tree? So it could be a lovely starting point. So as you say, like the painting, keep it near you to inspire you and remind you of this journey.
Wow, that's incredible. That is incredible. Seriously, I had no idea. But the fact that it translates into something so visual, and my body was able to say, this is how I feel now.
Yeah.
That's
it. It can. We have a natural.
That is some sort of neuroscience stuff there. I would love to see what happened in the brain as you did all of the movements. No, really, to produce something from static, bubbly tree with no color, because I wasn't feeling color with my bubbly tree, to suddenly wanting to just float into this colorful tree. I would love to know what actually happened.
Yeah.
That's amazing, Tessa. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really, I just love doing this, and it's kind of something that just came to me, and it's just a joy, and I can do it, it's like play for me, but respecting the depth that it goes to as well. So thanks for the opportunity of sharing.
Thank you. And definitely say hi to all the people on Facebook, because they'll be viewing it later.
Oh, yeah.
And this is Tessa O'Grady.
Yeah, beautiful.
Johannesburg, South Africa. Anything else you'd like to say to the audience?
Yeah, I would just like to say the power of nature, particularly with this whole COVID, with isolation, with people often feeling fear, loss of jobs, that nature is our most greatest teacher. And that's why I work with what I call the 5 elements of nature. Because when we're in nature, it reminds us of our own true nature. It reminds us of our abundance, our freedom. So every element, every tree can teach us something. So when you're feeling disconnected or stressed or lost, let nature be your teacher, because nature is a reflection of who we truly are. And if any of you want to know more, Laurel has included my name, tag my name. You're welcome to send me a message if any of you would like to do any deeper work on the 5 elements, working with anything you want to create in your life, or anything you need to let go of. If there's past trauma or pain, this works with all levels of going from the challenges to the opportunities and beyond. So I welcome any of you, if you'd like to message me, give me any feedback or anything you'd like to know more. And I'm very happy to share with you. So thanks so much.
Awesome. I actually will put your information under your Facebook Live video, because as soon as we're concluded here for the morning program, I'm going to stop the video and I'll put it there in the Facebook Live. I just have one more question, because now I'm very curious about the vision board that you have behind you, where you did the 5 elements.
Yeah.
And so I see love in the center. And talk us through the 5 different colors that you have there. I see white, blue, green, yellow, and red.
Yes. So firstly, it's a square shape with 4 things in each corner. And those are the things that don't change in our life, are our values. So the 4 things are like the pillars. If you imagine this was a temple, and there are 4 pillars at either corner. So the 4 values at that point in my life was: I trust to surrender, I commit to follow through. And then the ones at the bottom are, I set positive boundaries, which is that masculine, and I choose to respond. So those are the sort of more masculine qualities. And then when we look at the elements, if we look, I'll start from the bottom, that the red one is the earth. So for me, I use the red as the color earth. And I have literally played a mother to hundreds of people in my life. Now I'm empowering people to be their own mother. Then the white, I've used Nelson Mandela as my father, because I just thought he's such a wonderful father image. He was such a great teacher, both for my country and the world. Yes. And the metal is all about our worth, our gifts, our money.
Okay.
About money's linked to metal.
Okay.
Then yellow is fire. Yellows are masculine. And for me, it was a lot about my passion, my work of training, team building, that kind of thing. And then up at the top this is the Chinese element of wood. It's green. It's about the inner child. It's about finding our joy, birthing new seeds, about planting new seeds in our life, finding our joy. And then we have the water, and the water is really about surrender, about letting go, about receiving, about our divine feminine. And then in the center is a heart, and it's about loving the mirror. I work a lot with the mirror of life. So whatever's happening on the outside of our life is showing us aspects of ourselves. So we can often, in a way, blame the world or people and say, they did this to me. But it's trying to show us something about a part of ourself. Because I believe the ultimate goal of our life is to become whole. We want to bring all the pieces, because trauma fragments, and this journey brings the pieces. It's like coming back home and bringing all the parts back home. And the mirror shows us the parts that are needing to be healed within us. So it's quite a, yeah.
I want to pause because I feel like we need to uplift and underscore something that you said. You said trauma fragments us. And it's the mirror work that brings us back home. Wow. To see the parts of us that are
back. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That is powerful. That is powerful, Tessa. Wow. And this just came to you. Wow. Yes. Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, your journey with your personal vision board using the elements. I like how you use the color, and you went really deep with diversity too in your vision board. I thought you would just use stuff that you would be able to reference personally, but I see you using, images that speak to you regardless of what they look like. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your presentation. It was excellent. And I hope that all who view the replay of this live event would really appreciate it as much as I have. And I look forward to you developing this workshop around the elements through the organization, as well as we proceed through all of our coming events. Next month, we're going to have our summit on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of April. So look forward to all who view this to consider coming to that event. Okay, thank you so much. And
we can obviously,
what time is it now in Johannesburg? So we know what time it is for you.
It's 7 o'clock in the evening. It's perfect timing for me. 7 p.m. in the evening. We're 7 hours ahead.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And we're about to go to break. Is there anything else that you'd like to share before we go to break?
No, I think I'm pretty much complete. I think we've had a very rich time, and now you can digest it. While you're eating, you can actually digest everything that we've been working with. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to stop the video now.
Great.